Edgar Cayce, often called the sleeping prophet, made several references to animals in his readings, but cats held a particularly sacred role. He described them not only as companions but as sensitive, vibrational beings with a unique ability to absorb and redirect energy within a space. According to Cayce, cats can serve as natural protectors of the energetic field, especially during times of spiritual unrest, emotional imbalance, or heightened psychic activity. Modern spiritualists have increasingly come to support this idea. All across the world, people are noticing how their cats behave differently during times of personal stress, trauma, or sickness. You may have seen this yourself. A cat suddenly sits on your chest when you're anxious, or purrs softly near your head when you're in grief. These aren't just moments of affection. They are acts of energetic transmutation. The purring vibration of a cat resonates between 25 to 150 Hz, which coincides with frequencies that are known to promote healing of bones, muscles, and tendons. But beyond the physical, this purr is a form of vibrational therapy for the emotional and energetic body. Cats are naturally attuned to subtle shifts in frequency, while humans largely operate within a limited sensory perception. Cats are highly intuitive. They can detect the rise of tension in a room, sense spiritual unrest, and even preempt negative energies that have yet to fully manifest. This is why they may stare at seemingly empty corners, hiss at spaces you feel nothing in, or follow unseen entities through the home. They are not reacting to nothing. They are perceiving what we cannot. Cayce's readings align with this, suggesting that cats, unlike many other domestic animals, do not just respond, they intervene. They absorb dense energies, particularly emotional energies like fear, sorrow, or anxiety, that otherwise would stagnate in the home or in the energy field of their human companions. Cats act as living, breathing energetic purifiers, often sleeping in the spots that hold the most stagnant energy. Corners of rooms, near electronics, or next to people who are emotionally drained. In essence, when a cat curls up on your chest, it's not just for warmth or closeness. It may be because your heart chakra is overactive or blocked, and the cat is instinctively working to stabilize it. If a cat lies across your stomach or feet, it might be grounding your root chakra, anchoring you in a moment of chaos or confusion. They are instinctively drawn to the parts of you that are calling for balance, even if you're not aware of it yourself. Many people have also shared stories of miraculous recovery or emotional breakthroughs after spending time with their cats during illness or depression. The cat does not judge, does not instruct, but silently begins the work of restoration, holding space, offering presence, and emitting healing frequencies. They become, in many ways, a kind of silent guardian, absorbing pain, releasing tension, and shielding the soul from spiritual disruption. And in these modern times, when stress, electromagnetic pollution, and psychic clutter are at an all-time high, the role of cats as energetic protectors is not just helpful. It may be essential. Edgar Cayce's visionary insights often bridge the gap between the material and the mystical, and among his lesser known but powerful ideas was the belief that cats serve as guardians of dimensional thresholds, watchers of the veil between the physical and the spiritual worlds. This concept, though ancient in origin, is now resurfacing as more and more people report uncanny feline behaviors during spiritual awakening, emotional transformation, or times of energetic shift. Cayce suggested that the veil separating the material world from the unseen realms would begin to thin as humanity evolved. Through awakening consciousness, shifts in vibration, and increased awareness of subtle energies. And in this time of awakening, he believed animals like cats would emerge in a new light, not just as silent observers, but as active participants in spiritual defense and alignment. If you've ever seen your cat suddenly freeze, ears twitching, staring intently into a corner of the room where nothing seems to be, you've likely witnessed disability in action. What appears empty to the human eye may be alive with energetic residue, interdimensional movement, or spiritual presence, be it benevolent, neutral, or disruptive. Cats possess an innate sensitivity to these fluctuations, often acting as early warning systems when something invisible enters or shifts within a space. In many cultures, especially in ancient Egypt, Japan, and parts of the Middle East, cats were revered as sacred beings who held dominion over the liminal spaces, the moments of dusk and dawn, birth and death, stillness and transition. Cayce's views echoed this, suggesting that cats are naturally stationed at the portals of perception, functioning like guardians or gatekeepers. They are drawn to the energetic crossroads where spiritual traffic is most active. This explains why some cats refuse to enter specific rooms or certain parts of the house. They may be guarding you from entering a spiritually unstable or energetically toxic area. Or, in reverse, they may be clearing and stabilizing that space before it's safe for human presence. There have even been numerous reports from people stating that their cats would not let them sleep in a particular area until a period of deep emotional turmoil had passed, only to resume normal behavior once the energy had shifted. The role of a cat in such situations is not passive. It is protective, purposeful, and profound. Cats can act as psychic sentinels, alerting you through their behavior that something in the atmosphere is off, whether it's an emotional disturbance, a residual spirit, or even a shift in your own inner field. Their reaction is immediate, instinctive, and often precise. Cayce noted that as collective consciousness rises, we will begin to notice more and more synchronicities with our animal companions, especially cats. In times of personal transformation, whether it's a spiritual awakening, emotional breakdown, or intuitive expansion, cats tend to grow more attached, more vocal, or more watchful. This is not a coincidence. It is their calling to stand guard as your internal energies evolve, shielding you from spiritual interference while guiding you toward higher awareness. They are also often found near doorways, windows, or thresholds, places where energy naturally collects and transitions. This physical placement mirrors their metaphysical role. Doorways aren't just places of entrance and exit. In the physical sense, they represent symbolic portals of transition. Cats instinctively guard these, aware that energies can both enter and exit through them, especially during periods of vulnerability or openness. Many ancient texts also describe how cats are able to walk between worlds. Cayce supported this in spirit, suggesting that cats might have a foot in both realities, the physical and the etheric, serving as messengers, intermediaries, or guardians depending on what the moment requires. Their ability to move silently, disappear quickly, and sense things beyond our comprehension marks them as truly liminal beings. In this age of digital distraction and emotional noise, where subtle spiritual dangers are often overlooked, cats are silently fulfilling the very prophecy Cayce alluded to, guarding our spaces, protecting our spirits, and keeping the boundaries between the worlds secure. Edgar Cayce often emphasized that the most meaningful relationships in our lives, whether human or animal, are never the product of chance. According to Cayce's philosophy, many of the souls we encounter are part of a greater spiritual design, bound to us by karmic ties, soul contracts, or energetic purpose. This belief extended not only to people, but to animals, especially cats. He hinted that certain souls, particularly those on a path of inner growth or spiritual awakening, would find themselves drawn to cats, or more precisely, that cats would be drawn to them. If you've ever experienced a moment when a cat entered your life unexpectedly, perhaps it showed up on your doorstep, wandered into your yard, or was chosen over all others at a shelter, understand that such meetings are rarely accidents. Cayce's vision suggests that these moments may be spiritually orchestrated, signs that the animal has found the human it is meant to assist, comfort, or protect. Unlike dogs, whose loyalty is often tied to service and external behavior, cats form their bonds through vibrational resonance. They are extremely selective, not just socially, but energetically. A cat chooses its person based on frequency alignment. It recognizes something deeper than your physical appearance or the food you offer. It responds to your aura, your energy signature, your internal state of being. This means that when a cat bonds with you, it is recognizing your soul. Cayce alluded to a time when more people would begin to awaken to their spiritual gifts, intuition, sensitivity, healing, and during this time, cats would serve not only as companions, but as soul mirrors. Their presence would help reflect a person's inner state, drawing attention to hidden emotional patterns, unresolved traumas, or psychic imbalances. If you notice your cat becomes distant when you're out of alignment, or unusually affectionate when you're processing something deeply spiritual or emotional, it's because the cat is responding to the shifts in your internal world. Cats may also serve as emotional anchors, choosing to be close when you're undergoing life changes, periods of solitude, or spiritual initiation. In Cayce's framework, this is no accident. These animals are believed to have served with us in past lifetimes. The familiarity you feel with your cat, the unspoken bond, the comfort, the feeling that they just know, could very well be the continuation of an old soul connection. They may have walked with you in previous incarnations, and now, once again, they are by your side as you continue your journey. Many spiritually sensitive individuals, empaths, healers, light workers, often report being chosen by cats at various stages in their evolution. Cayce would likely say this is because cats are attuned to higher frequencies and are instinctively drawn to those who are opening their third eye activating their intuition, or elevating their vibration. The cat's role in this is not passive. They don't merely witness your growth. They facilitate it. Through presence, vibration, and energetic alignment, they help smooth the path, absorb disruptions, and even guide through their silent, watchful behavior. Their gaze alone can be powerful. A cat's stare can feel penetrating, otherworldly, almost as if they're seeing past your flesh and into your soul. And in many ways, they are. Cayce believed that as our consciousness expands, we will start to understand the language of symbols, vibration, and energy, and cats, being masters of silence and presence, communicate exactly through those realms. Their affection is meaningful, their behavior symbolic, and their timing often uncanny. In the deeper layers of Cayce's teachings, there's also an implied truth that your relationship with your cat may reflect something you're here to remember or reclaim. Perhaps it is the forgotten connection to nature, the reawakening of trust, or the healing of abandonment wounds. Cats can assist with all of this, not by fixing it for you, but by walking with you silently as you heal, refusing to abandon you even in your darkest hour. That bond becomes sacred